I thought the next frontier is in-space operations. Like, what is the next thing for in space? How is the industry going to progress? I've realized that when we go to space, we're fundamentally still very dependent on the resources of Earth. We're sort of tethered to Earth, like by an umbilical cord in a way. Because every time we go to space, our satellites, they need to be agile in space. If they're not agile, if they don't have control over them, then they can't be useful in space. But our satellites rely on fuel that we bring with us from Earth. I thought, hey, you can't really build anything sustainable. Sure, you can get away. You can build some businesses in the very short term, but ultimately you have to go away from this to build sustainable businesses and sustainable industry. That was number one problem. The second problem I've realized is that, hey, every time we go to space, we get absolutely fried by radiation. Like radiation here on Earth, we're protected by the magnetic field of Earth, but in space, electronics gets absolutely obliterated by radiation, and people, well, even worse than electronics. You can't have sustained presence in space without radiation protection. And the third problem that I saw was that we did at the time and still do, like most of the stuff on Earth. Like we could construct everything on Earth in one piece and then we'll launch it in the rocket. And whatever fits in the rocket, that's how much we can launch. And if it doesn't fit, well, it doesn't go up. You know what I mean? The only exception is like International Space Station, but that's sort of bespoke one-off project. We don't have a convenient, easy to use interface for sophisticated in-space operations like assembly, servicing, maintenance, whatnot. We're very primitive. So I thought these are the three pillars that are presenting big problems, and I really wanted to build enabling technology for the space industry to thrive for the next, few centuries. Sort of like I wanted to build primitive technologies, but not in the way that they're stupid, in the way that they're very robust, very reliable, and they're like a wheel. You know what I mean? Like a wheel is a
Yeah,
primitive
like
technology, I
fundamental
would
building
say.
blocks. Yeah.